I'm trying to get used to the idea of going live because Zoom has been giving me some trouble. So maybe we can figure out a way to go live through YouTube, which is another platform that we can use. Okay, so before anything, I do want to, and yeah, we're good. All right. So basically, guys, welcome to our team call. Melissa, I know you're on and you're first. If you can go into the different chats and just let them know that we're started and that we are live in Team Conquer. So everybody has to be in here. Welcome. If you are listening to our call for the first time, my name is Renidis Estevez, and I am most likely your personally sponsored coach or the founder of Team Conquer. So the goal of our weekly meetings is so that we can come together as a team and go over a few of the tips that help us be successful in this business. Sometimes it'll be me training, other times it'll be other members of the team that will share their expertise and their skills and their takeaways. Last week, I had a beautiful experience, and I want to start off the call by sharing a little bit about that. I was a teacher, and I have my master's degree, so I considered myself a professional. And when I took a leap of faith into becoming a coach, it was something that I had to come to terms with because now a professional was doing something that was non-traditional. So I was looked at in a very different way, with a different eye, if you might, say. Like people are like, well, you have a degree. Why would you give that up to do something that is so inconsistent? Hi, Rosa. Hi, Giselle. Hi, Neri. Why would you give up your career to do this, right? But when I felt sick and tired of, the standardized testing and all of the stresses that come with that career of education, I gave it up and I just took a big plunge and I went in and I focused on making making Beachbody coaching my profession. I didn't look at it as a job. I didn't look at it as a hobby. I looked at it just with the same value that I considered my career as a teacher. So I've taken it very responsibly to invest in myself, and I've invested a lot of time into personal development, which are books and audios and videos of information that is easy access to us so that we can learn, the tricks of the trade, like how to make this work. Because if it has worked for other people, it has to work for me, I would think, right? And it can work for you. But it does take some time. It takes some skill set that you may not have or may not be familiar with. So you have to invest time, money, effort, and sometimes the willingness to fail. And with that, I dove in into, learning about this as a career, and I wanted to become a professional. One of the first books that I ever read was Go Pro. And after the Compound Effect, I also read Go Pro. And Go Pro is basically go professional in the network marketing business, because at the end of the day, this is a business, but this is a different type of business. It's a business where you are forming relationship with others, and at the same time you are increasing your value, your core standards. So it's a different type of business that you would consider like if you opened a shop, like a grocery store or a supermarket. Very different. You open the store, a physical place, and you expect people to come to you. In this occasion, it is different because you have a tool that you are offering to people, but in reality, the sale piece is you. So let me close the door because they're loud in the kitchen. So at the core of your business, basically your business depends on you. Your business is completely and solely focused on you. And if you consider it, you begin this journey because you wanted to change and you want to improve in your health and your fitness. And in return, you're paying it forward and you're helping other people. So I attended this event and it was all about women, all women empowerment and women in network marketing that are 7-figure earners. And each one of them have a different entity. Like some of them sell the lashes, others sell like the It Works. Essential oils is very huge, is big. And others are Beachbody coaches, as among others. You know, we didn't get to mingle with a lot of people because, to my surprise, not everyone is as friendly, as welcoming as our community. I've been in both. I've been in Summit and I've been in this type of event. And Summit, everybody is like, oh my God, we're like family. We see each other. We know each other. This was more like a business. It's a business event, you know. I was glad I went with Team Eagle members and we got time to, you know, share with each other and all of that. But at the end of the day, guys, I shared a very powerful video from Conchita, who was one of my biggest impacts. She is a Mexican woman who is a 7-figure earner, and she has overcome life. Like, she overcame cancer, she overcame being a single mom, and she found the way to make her life, her profession, into network marketing. And one of the biggest things that I learned from her was that she continued to say, you know, I am not an expert, estoy practicando. You know, she's not an expert, she's just practicing. And that stuck with me because in our business and in life and in our families, we're never gonna get it completely right. But what we can never stop doing is practicing, right? So, and I think back to, you know, being a mom and getting married and all of the mistakes you make, but you never turn around and you never give them your back. You keep practicing until you become better at what it is that you're doing. And I look at this business just the same. I am not the same person. I'm not the same coach. I'm not the same leader that was when we first started. Okay, I have changed, and I have changed through the failures, and I've improved, and I have made changes, and I continue to make them as time passes because I am not perfect. Estoy practicando. So what do I want you to know? There were so many good takeaways, and while I was there, I kept on saying, oh my God, my team needs to experience this. My team needs to do this. But you have to make that decision on yourself and say, I am going to make this my profession. I am going to make this into my plan B. I'm going to make this into my plan A. I am going to do X with this opportunity that is at my hand. But you cannot wait until, you know, the skies and the heavens open, because one of the huge and every call I'm gonna try to kind of bring in and sprinkle in information that I gathered from this conference. Oh, thank you so much.
For the queen. Baby.
Thank you. Okay, so we need one of the other things that was very it resonated all of the time, and every woman that stood up on that stage repeated the same kind of thing, which is you need to have a decision. You need to know why you're doing what you're doing, and you need to stay consistent. There were different stories, and some women had the same business since they started. Other women moved from one network marketing business into another network marketing business. And it just shows you, like, for me, it felt comforting to know that one of them lost her entire team. Like, she went from having a full-blown team to going down to 0, but she didn't give up. She stayed there consistent because her team and having that number of people with her was not the reason why she was doing this. She was doing this because she wanted more out of her life and she wanted to pay it forward. So one of the quotes that, if you take notes during our calls, I want you to write down is, we need more than a why. Our results are determined by our actions. So yes, we do need a why. We do need a why, and it should be in front of us, and we should be very clear in understanding why we are doing what we do. But then again, we also have to find the results, and those results are going to be determined by the actions we take. We want a 6-figure in our bank, right? I'm not even going to go to 7-figure. I want 6 figures in my bank account. But just wanting it because I want to overcome poverty, or I want to stop living, in a rented house. I want to own my home. That's my why, right? That's one of my whys. I want a 6-figure income so that I don't have to go and work for somebody else, right? That's another one of my whys. But now the result, which would be having a 6-figure income, will be determined by the actions I take. And that means the actions I take day in and day out. When I'm happy and when I am not. When I'm in good health and when I am not. When I am having an amazing, successful time and when I'm getting pushed back and getting a lot of no's and rejected and feeling like a failure. That's when I really need to stay focused on the reason why I'm doing. And my actions are going to really take me to where my results need to be. So this person, her name is Haley Hobson, and she went in on explaining this very interesting formula into helping us understand how to stay focused and how not to be managed by our feelings. And she spoke about circumstances bring you to a thought, that bring you to feelings, that bring you to actions, and that give you a result. And she explained, that circumstances are facts. You can't change that. It's true. Maybe you are a single mom. It's true. You're having a very bad day. It's very true. You wish you had more time at your hands, right? Those are your circumstances. But you have a thought in your mind, right? And as that thought comes, you may think, okay, I can accept, and I feel sad, and I feel, depressed, and I feel that I'm just going to let it take over me, right? That's a thought that comes to mind. And then you're going to have a feeling. And that feeling is going to make you either feel happy. It's going to make you feel sad, that you're going to stay in that state of mind. And if that feeling feels good long enough, then your actions are going to help you stay there, or your actions are going to help you move out of it. Okay? And those actions that you take at that very moment will bring you to the results you're looking for. So let me give you an example. She stated, how she owns a home and her husband was responsible for taking the dog out. And he let the dog out, and the dog was muddy paws all over the house. So that's a circumstance. That's a fact. So when she came into the house, she had 2 cleaning ladies. Amazing, right? She had 2 cleaning ladies, and when, the cleaning ladies were home and they were taking care of the muddy paws, the dog, she felt like, oh my God, this house is clean. And now, she felt overwhelmed. And now this man let this dog in, blah, blah, blah. So that's a feeling she had, a thought she had. So then she thought to herself, okay, what can I do? Should I argue with him and get him to say what the hell are you doing with this dog? You let him in, you look at the women, they're here, they're cleaning, they're doing that. That's a feeling that she could have reacted to. And then she thought about, what is she feeling? Is the feeling that she gets out of it something that she wants to stick with? Is that the results she wants? So she made the choice of saying, he's so cute. He just overlooked the fact that, the dog is all dirty and it's okay. It's just going to take us a few more minutes and clean up the muddy paws, and we'll just take care of it. and go on about our day. So that was a choice she made to change the results. She could have gone the opposite and made a huge fuss about it and turn around and have a very hard argument with her husband. But instead, she thought about the feeling and how she was going to feel afterwards. And then that helped her act in a different manner. And the result was positive as opposed to negative. And we need more of that in our lives. And then she went on and, I went and I thought about myself and I'm like, it's so true. When it comes to this business, it's easy for us to react and turn around and say, I'm just not going to do this shit anymore because it doesn't work, or I'm just not going to, whatever, one person comes in, 3 people leave and 2 people come in and now they're all gone. That's the reaction. That's the end result that you're going to have. Now you have the circumstance which you can't change, which is people. You're dealing with people. You're dealing with people who have different controls. You can't control that. What you can control is what you do. So you're going to have the thought of, I'm going to quit. I'm just not going to do as hard as I think I should because it's not worth it. But then it's going to give you a feeling, and I want you to pay attention to the feeling you get when you say, I'm just not going to give it my all. For my example, I will share with you because I did the exercise, I went through it, and I said, it would make me feel regret. It would make me look 5 years down the road and think to myself, what if I would have given it my all? What would be of me if I would give it all I had? And then I did help a lot of people. And then I did result in a huge, different impact that I envisioned myself in the future. And that gave me happiness, like thinking about the future, not the right now. So then that feeling that I felt about the future, about the vision I had for where God is moving me towards, that helped me have a positive reaction as opposed to saying I'm going to quit, to say, you know what, I'm going to stay focused on what I can control, which is myself. And I'm going to keep going and improving what I can do. So then in that case, the results were positive. And so those are always ways, and she advises, to keep that formula close to heart so that you always think about the circumstance that is happening. That is something you cannot change. And then you're going to, compare it or pay attention to the thoughts that are coming to you as the circumstance is happening. And then when the circumstances are happening and you're feeling the thoughts and you're getting those feelings that are resurfacing, you're going to think about the 2 choices you have on those actions you can take. And then that's what's going to give you the result. And whatever action you take, you have to be happy with whatever result it's going to be the outcome, because we make the choices. Like, life doesn't just end up really bad for us. Our overall choices make us end at the result that we piled up on. So we reap what we sow at the end of the day. So you may be gung-ho and excited about something one moment, and then you give up and you move 10 steps back. But it's your choice, because you could have stayed focused on the end result and not pushed back. But by pushing back, you pushed yourself back. So now you have to live with the results of 10 steps forward, 10 steps back, and never feeling like you're actually getting ahead, because you're such a stop and go kind of person that it's hard for you to overcome that. But it's because you're not in tune with your feelings, with your emotions, and with the thoughts that are coming into your mind, so that you can stop them when they're coming in and they're going to make a negative impact in your life. And that's when she went in and she started to speak about the way that women, most likely, and society as a whole, likes to numb feelings because we're afraid. We don't want to feel. That's why people go to alcohol. That's why people go to drugs, because it makes them and it distracts them from the raw feeling of actually facing the choices that have to be made in order for you to change. And those are some of the things that you need to start to paying attention to in life when you feel like you're stuck and you feel like you're not moving anywhere. Ask yourself, do I have a choice here? Can I make a change? And most likely you can if you stop focusing on your circumstances. Okay? So circumstances, thoughts, feelings, actions will bring you to a result. And the change begins in your thoughts, and many times we don't want to feel. We numb ourselves instead of the feeling. And always remember, we have a choice. All right, so that was one of my biggest takeaways and that was one of the talks. It was like a 30-minute talk. And after that, a lot of other things came about. But at the end of the day, I understand that through personal development and through attending events like this, for me, it impacted me. But maybe if you would have attended, something different would have impacted you. And that's why it is so vital for us as entrepreneurs, as women, as members of society, to look and seek for the help we need in the specific areas that are our weaknesses. Okay? I may not have received a lot of these messages if I was not there. But right now, I have been moved in different directions. So now I'm at a place where I am able to receive and accept and reflect on the things that are working for me as a leader and the things that I need to change. And that really touched me about, looking at my feelings and the result that can come from that choice that I can make. So this event will be happening again next year. They're going to be doing it, I want to say in March, in the beginning of March. And there's also, Eric Worre will be here in October for a 5-hour training that he is going to do. If you haven't read the book, Go Pro, I highly encourage you to listen to it, to read it, to take notes, and to follow the script that he shares in his book and in his materials. Why? Because it's the key that everyone is using, and nobody is reinventing the wheel. They're keeping the same consistency, that they're keeping the same format when they're forming people and holding relationships and extending their hand to help other people. And granted, these people serve others in many different forms. Some are personal life coaches. Others are, as I said, the lashes people. They're the saran wrap people. They are the essential oils people. Good night, baby. Love you. I'll be there soon. So in every way, form, we're serving others. We just have to find the right people who need our help. Okay? And with that, I also want to share with you some of the things that we can do this month of May in order for us to make changes and to help other people, how we can help impact their lives. Okay? So for example, this month of May, we have a few challenge packs that are on sale. So because it's Shanti's birthday, I'm not sure if you follow him on social media, but it is his birthday. So Size and Insanity Max 30 are on sale for $140. That is the cheapest I have ever seen Insanity Max 30 go. Insanity Max 30 has its own population, and it's usually people who are more advanced in their workouts, and they like more of the jumping and the fast-paced workout kind of way. Insanity Max 30 does not have weights included. That is all about your body weight and cardio. If you want more information about that, you can always go to the FAQ in the back office and learn about it. FAQ 4349, and this will give you all more information about who Insanity Max 30 is geared towards and who you can help. If you're speaking to someone who is less interested in high intensity workouts, then Size is the workout for them. And they've also dropped the prices for T25. So there's a lot of information and things that have to do with Shanti and his workout programs, and I suggest you run with it. If you've ever done one of those programs, I suggest you post a video, and it could be an old video, it can be a picture, it can be something of you having that experience with Shanti and sharing with others what can this program do for them. It is my responsibility as your leader to share the importance of you leading with intention. You are in this as a coach, maybe because you want this as a discount. Maybe you want to get your shakes and all of the products that you order at a 25% discount. But perhaps you feel like you want to cover the cost of your own Shakeology. So that means you want to invite 3 people every single month to join you with a fitness program and Shakeology as a challenge pack, so that those 3 people help cover the cost of your Shakeology. Now, these people will not come knocking at your door. Very rarely will that happen. The only way you can help people is if you let people know you're willing to help. The only way people are interested is if you share with them what these programs are doing for you. They don't want to know what it's doing for Shanti. They don't want to know what it's doing for Tanya Barone, because they are certified trainers, they're celebrity experts. They look at them as people who are already in the business to make it work. But you are a regular person. You are a mom, you're a person that has a full-time job. You have the ways to make it work. And perhaps you have already a transformation that you can share with someone else. So don't use the pictures from Shanti. Don't use like little Google images that can show someone else working out and sweating. Take yourself out of your own comfort and put yourself out there. Allow people to see you sweating. Allow people to see you in the trenches, because hiding is not going to bring you the people that you want to help. They need to identify with you. And if they can't see your eyes, they can't trust you. And if they can't trust you, you will not have a business. You will not be in business with anyone. So if you're interested in helping other people, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. And the first uncomfortable situation is taking a selfie, is sharing your workout. It's taking those before and after pictures and showing results. That's how you're going to do it. And there's different platforms in which you can do it. You can do it through Facebook. You can do it through Instagram. You can do it through both. You can go on live on Facebook, and you can host your actual challenge groups. And then you have a challenge tracker app that you can actually invite people. If they don't have Facebook, there's no excuse. Now you can use a mobile application and have them enroll with you. And now you have an opportunity to earn $500 if you get at least 3 people to enroll with you in a challenge tracker app challenge group. Now you must have 3 people at least enrolled, and you must be checking in on a frequent basis so that you can be entered into whatever, like a prize that they're giving. You can look into that in the back office. There's an FAQ for that as well. I can find it later on. There's different formats. Like if you've been a coach for a long time and things haven't been breaking for you, and you haven't hit Success Club, and you haven't helped anybody, then it's time for you to reflect, to evaluate, and to change. So if you're doing the same thing and not getting a result, you need to stop. You need to stop and evaluate what is it that you're doing and what is it that needs to change. Because if Uniris is hitting Success Club for now, I think it's gonna be 30 something months, something like that. I've been doing this since I started. Every single month is my non-negotiable, because I understood that the key to this is simple. Bring in 3 people and help them get results. If they get results, you are doing a good job. If they're not getting results, then you need to figure out a way to help them get better results. It's always me. It's not them. It's always me. So if you're not hitting Success Club, maybe you need to figure out different ways in which you can connect with others. And I'm going to share with you 3 different ways that you can do it. I connect with people in WhatsApp, which is it's an app that you can have on your phone, and it works sort of like Facebook. So you can post images, it works like Facebook Messenger. So you can post images, you can use voice notes, and it has like a file section. Once you put things in there, it stays, it lives in that place forever. So I have people who don't have Facebook and do not know how to use these applications. So I have them through my WhatsApp app, right? Now, because we have the challenge app, tracker app, I am using it with a very particular group of people. Those people who do not check in on Facebook, with my brand new customers, with people who don't know, they don't like social media because it distracts them. So I have a group of 5 people with my challenge tracker app, and I help them stay accountable through that avenue. You find that you're not getting traction. You're not getting people to believe you, to trust you, to do anything with you. So then host an event in your Facebook page, not with a group. This is where stepping out of your comfort zone is huge. Don't do it, and as long you can count on us as your team to give you ideas and even the materials, and you can use the back office to give you and supply you with the information needed. But I find that when you do it as a group, you don't shine as the leader that you're meant to be. So I'm inviting you and encouraging you to host a 7-day group, host a 30-day group. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to open the event in your personal page, or if you have a like page, it's preferred for you to do it through your like page. And then you're going to create yourself a banner, a cover photo for that event, and you're going to invite people who have already told you no. This is a free event that you are going to be supplying them with. Maybe you're doing a 1-week program. You're going to supply them with that meal plan. And listen, you're going to do this for free. So you're going to give without expecting to receive, because that's what a person who serves does. Okay? You're going to build that trust, and people are going to look at you like, why are you doing this again? And you're going to do that because it's going to build you from the ground up. Okay? Maybe you have to humble yourself. Maybe you have to offer your support without expecting anything to receive so that you can be humbled. And you're going to host this event, and every day you're going to give this event your all. You're going to go in there and you're going to motivate them, you're going to inspire them, and you are going to show them what this does for you, whether they come in and whether they don't, whether you have people in there and whether you don't. You know why? Because it's going to work on you. It's going to hold you to be a constant person. It is going to discipline you to show you that on days that are good and days that are bad, you're going to show up. And it's going to show you that even if nobody is with you, you are still going to do what is right because it is right. And you know why I speak like that? Because I do it on a daily basis. I host challenge groups and my leaders are with me, but I don't rely on my leaders showing up or not showing up in order for me to work out, plug in my recipes, plug in my value. I show up because I know it is the right thing to do. And the day that I don't show up is because I can't. But it is my responsibility, and I take it as that. Those lives came to me for help, and I am there to support them. So I've created that discipline in me so that I can do that. So you can host challenge group apps, challenge tracker app group, WhatsApp group. There's even like a thing called Viber. I don't have that, but I heard it. My husband says it's almost like WhatsApp. You can do you can host an event through Facebook like page or your personal page. I suggest you host the event 2 weeks prior to when you're going to start the actual challenge group. So, example, we have Mother's Day coming up, right? So if you were interested in starting this group, you would, let me look at my calendar so I can speak. So let's say that you are looking for people who will believe that you have what it takes to offer them, and you're going to support them through this journey of maybe 21 days. So you're looking for this group, and first you got to build your trust, you got to build the confidence. So you're going to host a free group starting May 9th through May 15th. Simple. That's a week. Then you're going to help those people by providing them a free meal plan, a free access to 30 days trial of, let's say, the on-demand workout. You have Brazilian butt lift, the 30-day carnival. There's a calendar that you can follow. There's a meal plan that you can provide for people. You don't have to come out of your way. You don't have to recreate the wheel. It's there. It's done for you. All you have to do is direct people into getting there. So in that event, you are giving them the information, and then you're forming the conversation with them, and you're then going to give them the link to your challenge group. Because remember, an event is like you're sending out the invitation, so you're constantly sharing with them information, and now they give you form the relationship with them, you give them your website link, they come in as free customers. They have access for 30 days for free. They're on-demand website. They have access. They don't have to do Shakeology. Remember, you're doing something that is free, that is different. And you're doing it for 5 days so that you can build the trust. And then you are going to give them access. Now they have access to on-demand. They are assigned you as their coach because now they signed up as customers under you. And you have them in your radar. You collected their emails, you have their name. They gave this a try for 5-7 days. Now you have the right to invite them into a 21-day challenge that will be starting May 16th. May 16th, this 21-day challenge starts. You can get them started with T25. You can get them started with size. You can get them started with Insanity Max 30. The program of choice doesn't matter. What matters is that you said you're going to get them started. And you're going to show up for 21 days. So then after those, the program starts the 21, and then now you have them in a private challenge group, and you are showing up every single day. Okay? That's one example that you can do. You can call it mommy's group. You can call it lift up your booty. You can call it, break the discipline. Listen, if you even want to go a step further, if you're battling with like confidence and you're battling with something in faith, go to a bookstore, buy yourself a book, use it for your own personal development, and then create a challenge, create a group, a support group where you're going to be sharing your takeaways from that book. And then you're going to add into it the fitness, of course, because we all understand that if your head is not right, your body is not going to function. And you're not going to get the results. And then if your head and your body are not working right, your nutrition is going to be out of sorts. You need to have the full-blown circle in order for you to see the results and for them to see the results. All right? So I think, guys, that there's a lot of ways that we can be successful, but we have to be willing to be flexible. And we also have to be willing to try things, even if we've never done them before. We have to do things that are uncomfortable. We have to throw ourselves in the pool, because I remember when I'm not an expert swimmer, but I get along. I'll get into the deep side, and then when I get tired, I have to go into the shallow side. But I wasn't born that way. I had to learn little by little, and I had to create that confidence. Same thing with riding a bike. You don't get on a bike and start pedaling on it. You fall a few times. You fall flat on your face a few times. But guess what? The day you get it right, you take off and nobody has to push you behind. Nobody has to watch you. Nobody has to take care of you, because you're doing whatever it takes. But you have to make that decision, and it has to come from you. It can't come from me, because I can stare and I can be like, wow, that is such an amazing potential that person has. But unless you see it in yourself, there's nothing I can do. And I noticed that there's a huge lack of confidence Because in our own challenge groups, where I'm the hostess, when I'm the one that's there, and I'm asking you to share, affirmations about things you love about yourself, I'm asking you to post your transformation pictures. They're non-existent. And then you want results from other people. But sometimes you have to give what you're expecting to receive. You have to show up. You have to be there. You have to give in order to receive. So that's where change has to happen, and it has to come from you. And then that's gonna give you the courage and the belief that if you did it with maybe one person, and if you did it with 2 people, you could do it with 20. You could do it with 30. And that's all it's gonna take. So I think that's a few of the things that I wanted to share. And since we're live, you guys can ask me any questions that you may have. You can type them in the bottom and I can read them. And also, guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but on my Instagram page, I'm trying to use like hashtags that identify us. I felt in my heart that this team needed to change its name. And that's why, as of January 2016, we became Team Conquer. And that is because in my heart, I feel that we have overcome, and we have the power to overcome anything that comes our way. So we are Team Conquer. And I believe that you attract who you are. So I don't give up. And I want people with me in the trenches that are conquerors, that look at obstacles and they look at them as a challenge. And instead of turning their face and turning back, I want people to look at the challenge and say, you're right in front of me and you're growing by the minute, but you're not going to stop me. I'm going to go around you. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get out and I'm going to get up. Okay? Because it doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is that you always get up at the end of the way. So what I would love for us to do is this month of May, let's focus on using one particular hashtag whenever you find that you're overcoming an obstacle in your life and you post it on social media. I want you to use the hashtag #ConquerTribe. Hashtag #ConquerTribe. Use that hashtag every time, every day if you have to. I face a challenge every single day. Maybe a few more than one, but I write about one specific, right? And whenever I write and I post about that challenge, I use that hashtag #ConquerTribe. And then when I go to Instagram, I'll search on the top where it says tags, and I will type in #ConquerTribe, and I will see everyone's post. Okay? And that way we can start to make a trend, and we can start to make a name for ourselves, and we can start to attract people who are also more than conquerors, people who have faith in themselves, and people who have courage and want more out of life, and they're not just going to give up because life gets hard, because the more you wait, the harder it becomes. But the harder you work on yourself, the stronger you become, so that then you can face whatever challenge comes your way. About the free trial for BOD, is it only for this month? No. Every free customer has access to 30 days free trial of their Beachbody On Demand. So once they sign up as a free customer, they get access to it. And then after that, they have to sign the waiver, whether they want to become just club members or they want to cancel and not get charged. It does take their credit card information, but it will not charge them until the 30 days are up. Okay? Any other question, guys? I'm liking this. I think I can record at the end of our live stream, and then I'll post it in the group under YouTube. Sounds interesting. Any other question, guys? Because if not, you know what? I am going, you're welcome, Namari. I'm going to be at 4 in the morning. I'm going to be up and at it. I'm going to Lake George, to Team Eagles Diamond Retreat. And we're going to be treated to an amazing life coach, Denise Needham. And that's one of the biggest perks from being a Beachbody coach, is that the more you grow, the more you learn, and the more you are exposed to people that are influential in your life, and that they add instead of subtract. And I'm looking forward to this weekend, because we are going to come together as leaders and build each other up, lift each other up, but most importantly, learn from one another. Because as leaders, that's what we do. Nobody knows the right answer. All we're doing is we have the right intention. So we get together and we share what works with you, and we are, we're given a lot of, support, love, and a boost of confidence, so that then we can bring it to you. And together we can become a stronger tribe. I really love you guys, and I love what I do, and I really do hope that you can look within yourself and continue to examine yourself and continue to reflect on areas that need improvement, and don't wait for Superman to come and rescue you. Be your own hero. Be your own person that can overcome whatever comes their way. And with that, my friends, if you don't have any questions, good night. Love you too, Melissa. Have a good one, and I'll be sharing more. Talk to you soon.